You know, it's rather a curious thing, but most people who have experienced this phenomena are none too quick to talk about it. Why? Because they can't explain it. It doesn't make any sense to them. It's out of context as to who they are. And many people have experienced this phenomena on more than one occasion and in different settings. Didn't make any difference whether it was night or day, whether they were all by themselves or surrounded by a crowd of people. Didn't make any difference when this phenomena took hold. But the fact was, it did, and again, they couldn't explain it. What are we talking about? We're talking about something called daydreaming. More to the point, lucid dreaming. Dreaming while you are awake. Taking yourself out of context within the here and the now. And never realizing that you have done this until, well, maybe there's a few loose ends in a particular time period that doesn't make sense. One of them would be you've got lost time. The last time you remember looking at your watch, let's just say hypothetically, it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And the next time you look at your watch, it's 2:30 in the afternoon. And the people who were around you are no longer there. It's like a picture out of time, and then everything changes. And you are left scratching your head, trying to figure out what the hell is going on here. Lucid dreaming, daydreaming. We've all done it. Usually the first time a person experiences one of these out of shift time periods, they're none too quick about sharing it with other people. They haven't a clue as to what happened. They can't justify the lost time. And so they try very desperately to dismiss it, pretend it didn't happen. And yet it did happen. And it was a real-time event. And people down through all of human history have reported these slips in time that they can't explain. It wasn't like they were in any particular danger. They weren't at any particular point in peril, not before, during, or after. Yet what transpired was absolutely unexplainable. Now, they could dismiss this out of hand as maybe, well, I thought something happened, but it didn't. Until they figure out that there's some lost time here. And they can't account for that lost time. And that concerns them. They start believing that, well, maybe there's something clinically wrong with them. Have you ever had that happen to you? I think almost everybody has. I have. I remember one time in particular, I was at the park. I had a small blanket spread across the grass, and I was laying on the blanket, hands behind my head folded, looking up at the sky. It was a beautiful day. There were people milling about, not a great crowd of people. I would say maybe a half a dozen people. Couple had their blankets of their own spread out. Some were even having a picnic. And I just kind of let my mind drift I didn't concentrate on anything. I wasn't looking to make anything happen. And yet, when I looked about me, which just seemed to be only a minute had passed, the people that were in close proximity to me were gone. It's like they'd never been there. And I'm telling you what, scratched my head a little bit. And I noticed the time. I was missing about an hour and 15 minutes of time that I couldn't account for. I did some studying on this. Daydreaming, lucid dreaming. We're all capable of doing this. And once you realize that there's nothing wrong with you, that everybody has the ability to do this, you can set about the business of not just having an episode like this overtake you, but plan the trip. Look forward to it happening again. I think the key here is to just let your mind go. Don't concentrate on any particular thing. You'd be amazed at what will take place. Daydreaming. Yep. It is a real-time phenomena. And all of us can do this at will. We got a little training, train ourselves to do this. And again, the key, or at least one of the keys, is to simply let your mind go. Don't think about anything in particular. Don't try to force something to happen. And when you do, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And the more you do this, the easier you can do it at will. And the more you do this, the more command you have at that particular moment. Daydreaming, lucid dreaming. Try it for yourself. While you still can, while there's still time enough left for you to do this. Accept and believe that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. Become one of Jesus Christ's own while you still can. And don't put this off, because tomorrow is not guaranteed to anyone. Until next time, this is Stephen. Talk to you when the wind shifts. See ya.